Hello everyone, welcome to William and the Magic Box. Today on our show, we're going to have Stephan. Stephan is from England in the UK. So let's see what Stephan has to say. Enjoy the interview. So how are you doing today, Stephan? Are you okay?
Yeah, not too bad, William. Just been a long day, very long day. 6 a.m. start, just finishing now, and
Wow.
then still got work after this as well. So,
Wow.
it stops. Yeah, from the
Do you consider yourself to be more of a day or night person?
So I prefer nights personally, but obviously I work all day and all night really. In fact, I'm actually in the middle of considering switching up my schedule just a little bit to actually voluntarily go on nights. Just because the kind of work I'm obviously doing right now is very reliant on other people's schedules. So mornings and afternoons, and I work better on a night time. So for me, obviously without distractions or anything like that. So I'm very productive during the nighttime. I'm a kind of nocturnal person myself, so I focus better on a night when there's no distractions. I'm actually in the middle of considering switching over to night shifts, so to speak.
I see. And so tell me, where are you from, Stephan?
So well, originally I'm from Russia, funnily enough. I came over here when I was 7 years old, and came with my family, well, with my mother and my sister, and we stayed here ever since. So we now live in the UK, and we've been here ever since. I actually came over here, didn't know a bit of English whatsoever. They put me in the class, and I just soaked it up. And
Wow.
nowadays people don't even know that I'm from obviously somewhere else unless I tell them, unless they see my name. To be honest, yeah, name kind of gives it away, honestly.
I never thought that you're from Russia because, we speak proper British accent. So never, never. So you said from, where's about in Russia, you said?
So from Volgograd. So originally from Volgograd. So it used to be called Stalingrad, but they changed it over for obvious reasons. They didn't want us to call it Stalin anymore. So they changed it over, and yeah, it's Volgograd. So it's by the river Volga.
Perfect. So Stephan, so I know you are a coach, yeah, you are into fitness. So walk me through a little bit about your career as a coach.
So from an early age, I liked to be physical, but I wasn't a physical person. I was very scrawny. I didn't have much muscle on me, and to a certain degree, I was bullied because of how scrawny I was. I felt insecure about my size, and I felt insecure about the fact that women, girls my age, were outsizing me. And again, I didn't feel like I had any power over or control over that. So what I did was I kind of started hanging around with the wrong crowd, started projecting my kind of energy into kind of dilly-dallying with the wrong people, kind of, just being a general kind of yob, really, when I was 14, 15, 16. To the point of my mum actually got me my gym membership and pushed me towards that. And I enjoyed it, and I enjoyed PE as well. And I seen how my physical instructors, so at my school, how much fun they had and how enjoyable it was. And it's something I wanted to do myself because I did enjoy obviously sports and I did enjoy working out, but I wasn't exactly built for it. So what transpired after was one of my friends actually started learning how to become a personal trainer. I started actually going to the gym with him. And I started working out, getting a little bit of muscle, nothing much, but it got me out of obviously that group that I was in and focusing on myself. And one of the things I remember him saying to me was like, you haven't got the genetics for it. You haven't got the genetics for it. You'll never be bigger than me. So, and I was like, all right, I'm going to prove you wrong. So I kind of put my head down and started grafting away. I started going to the gym a little bit more regularly, started looking for my nutrition a little bit more so. And what happened after was basically I became a lot more disciplined. I started taking value in hard work and seeing the value in hard work and consistency and discipline. And it got me out of the dark place that I was in at the time, and it helped me deal with a lot of issues that I was going through at the time as well. And it has helped me ever since. And for me, what I like to do is help people to find the same, to find that kind of drive and discipline and the value of hard work. And these kinds of qualities that I've discovered has helped me throughout my life, and to obviously build the business that I have built, and to help other clients discover their own passion and discover the fact that with the right consistency and discipline and given enough hard work, they can achieve a lot of things. We are literally a product of our own choosing. We can mold ourselves into whatever we want. And people don't seem to understand that. People think that to a certain degree, they're limited by who they are, where they came from, and what they're doing at the time. But in actual fact, you have got the power to change everything. It just takes a little bit of motivation to get the discipline, find a little bit of passion, and a lot of hard work, because things that are worth getting won't happen overnight. And that's this is what I teach my clients, because anything worth getting isn't going to happen overnight. Anything worth getting is going to require some suffering. It's going to require hard work. It's going to require discipline. And once people understand that, they have a much bigger appreciation for the gym, because the gym is there to suffer through. You don't go to the gym going, oh, I can't wait, it's going to be such an easy, no. You're there to suffer. You're there to put the hard work in. And you've got to be a little bit tapped to go to the gym and know that you're going to endure pain and suffering throughout the entirety of the session. But you're going to have to think long term. Right now it hurts, but tomorrow it's not going to hurt as much. In 2 weeks from now, it's not going to hurt as much. And that kind of development of oneself, that's what I love. And that's why I teach people. And that's why I love to teach people, because that development is going to serve you for the rest of your life. You learn to develop yourself physically. You start learning to develop yourself mentally, emotionally, and other areas of your life. And I love that. That's what I do.
I think it's all connected as well. I think, as you said, motivation, discipline, your mental health is going to be in a better place. Everything is going to work really, really good, actually, after the workout. As you said, it's not easy, but when you see the results, when you see things go in the right direction, you go like, you know what, I'm enjoying it. That's how it works.
Exactly.
Right, so through the journey, I'm going to explore a little bit more about your career and also about your joys in life, okay?
Yeah.
Stephan, are you ready to go on a beautiful journey through your memories in life and to share your point of views?
Yeah, let's go.
Amazing. Welcome to William and the Magic Box. So I've got best friend full of fun questions. I'm just going to play a song now just for us to relax a bit before the first question, okay?
Yeah, sounds good.
Let's do it. Okay, Stephan, before we start the game, during the journey, if it comes up a question that you don't want to talk about, some reason you don't want to answer, always can change, okay?
Yeah, no worries.
Right, first question for you is, what do you like the most in your best friends?
In my best friends, that they understand the work I do. Because right now, obviously, I'm in the middle of growing my business. I'm in the middle of focusing entirely on my business, on making sure my business is the best that it can be, making sure my clients are achieving what they need to be achieving, making sure I'm there whenever my clients need, and making sure my time is spent correctly. And the best thing I love about my friends is they understand that. Friends that I hold close is those people who I may not be able to talk to all the time, day in and day out, but it's those people that when I do talk to them, it's like we never left. It's like we've never stopped talking, because we still have that connection there. It's no bad blood there. We understand that we've got our own lives to live. We've got families, we've got priorities, we've got X, Y, and Z. But sometimes we need to put time to the side for us to catch up and to enjoy each other's company. And that's what I love. That's the best thing about my best friends.
What's the big similarity between you and your best friend, and the biggest difference?
Biggest similarities, we can be daft together.
Mm-hmm.
We can be daft together. Yeah, we we just go back to our old ways. The way we are, we can joke and laugh and enjoy our time together. Biggest differences? Ooh, not too sure. Biggest differences? I'm a lot more conscious about my health. I think that's the biggest difference. A lot of people don't take it too seriously. For me, health is my number one priority, and other people's health. I see health as one thing, they see health as another. And for me, that's the biggest difference. And perhaps another biggest difference is a lot of my friends haven't found their passion yet. They're just strolling through life like a feather in the wind, taken from one place to another place. For me, and that's a lot of people these days are like that. So it's not kind of knock onto them, but a lot of people are in the same boat. They don't have a future plan. They don't know what they want. They don't know what they're good at, what they're capable of. So they don't know what to focus on. I have got to focus, and this is it.
All right. Next question. Let's do it. Hey, Stephan, next question is, where do you see yourself in 5 years' time?
In 5 years' time, with a lot more time available. Right now, that's the biggest thing I don't have. So time is I take value in time. I haven't got much of it. I work 80 to 90 hours a week. It's a lot of hours. Yeah, I work Monday to Sunday. The only time I get off is between the hours of 12 and 10 p.m. on a Saturday. That's the only time I get off. That's the only time I switch off my phone. So 5 years' time, more free time, more availability, being able to sit back a little bit.
And why on Saturday from this time to that time, why you choose that day?
Because it's the best day for me. I can fit a lot of things. So it's the weekend, so people are usually not working, so I don't have as many clients to worry about. I still look after them, but I still message them on the morning and on the night. But during that time, I try and develop healthy habits. One of the healthy habits I develop is a no phone day. So between the hours of 12 and 10, my social media goes off. I don't want to, again, my job, part of my life is on social media. Everything I do, everything I say is on social media, and to have that time to myself to switch off and kind of walk away from it, it's healthy, I believe, because
Absolutely.
I don't want to rely on social media. I'm not the biggest fan of social media, but social media can serve a great purpose to a certain degree for a lot of people. But for a lot of people, it's a terrible thing. Awful.
Absolutely. Next question. Let's do it. Right. Before the next question, I can see and I know how much you enjoy fitness, how much you enjoy coaching and helping people. But there's always a challenging time. What that would be?
Always a challenging time in what, sorry?
What the most challenging part of your job?
Most challenging part of my job is empathy. So it's dealing with people's issues. It's empathizing with people's problems. So for me, I get close to my clients. I like to know my clients. I like to know I'm a people person. I like to make sure I know what makes you tick, what things you're going through, what struggles you're going through, what things make you happy. And my clients share a lot with me, a hell of a lot. They go through a lot. Each one of us is struggling. And to a certain degree, I'm like a best friend for them. I'm like a best friend that wants the best thing for them. And I'm the guy who they come to for advice, because I talk to 100 to 150 people a day. Every single day I talk to over 100 people a day. So when you talk to that many people a day, you're good at talking to people. You're good at identifying the issue and giving the logical point of view and logical way out of the situation. So a lot of my clients come to me with problems, and these problems aren't little. These problems are divorces, deaths. I've had I've got a domestic violence case. I've had all sorts, to the degree of kicks your ass emotionally. That was the biggest struggle. Then the 6 a.m. client, her grandfather died that morning, and she came in, bawling her eyes out. So I had to deal with that. So I was like, that is my morning. So I don't just train people. I have to give advice to people that are going through terrible things. We're all going through issues, and I'm the guy who they turn to when they have issues because I'm the guy with the answers. Because I deal with these things on a daily basis, and I'm pretty good at dealing with things on a daily basis, which is why people come to me, which is why I'm good at my job, because I see a logical way out to more situations. Because these days I take emotions out of it, because you deal with that many people on a daily basis, all that emotion, all that empathy, you have to distance yourself to a certain degree emotionally and think rationally. What do you do in the situation? Right, this step is now, you got to do this, this, this. But again, that's the hardest bit, is dealing with people's issues on a different level on a daily basis. It's like a therapist, but
Yeah,
I don't get paid a therapist job, a wage. That's the difference. And we have a good workout as well. So whilst you're talking about your problems, I make sure you sweat. I make sure you work on yourself. And that's kind of where my angle is. Regardless of what happens, you work on yourself. You work on being the best version of you. Because once you start making yourself a priority, everything else comes in line. Because you are the number one priority always. And you always should be. So whatever happens, make yourself the number one priority. And that's what I make sure to drill into all my clients.
absolutely. I always tell my friends, I always has the thing with the personal trainers. They are personal trainers at the same time as well. They are psychologists, because people share a lot with them. They trust, for some reason, there's a connection, and they trust, as you said, they trust you. They feel like they're safe. They can talk to you. And now you said that you have a lot of background. For sure, now people are going to come after you. They're going to go like, oops, actually, I would like to ask this. I'd like to ask that. You see?
Yeah. Exactly.
Right. Next question for you is, what's the best and the worst of being yourself?
The best and the worst of myself, or being
being yourself, yeah.
Best and worst. The best is I'm driven, I'm hardworking, I'm disciplined, and I get the job done. The worst is the same. I've got ADHD, severe ADHD, to the point of a hyper focus a lot. So to a certain degree, I'm insomniac sometimes. I go through stages of insomnia due to my brain going to overdrive. It's like having a Ferrari without brakes, essentially. That's what it's like. So my brain goes one, two, 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 which is why I have so many things that kind of schedule and structure my life. Because although it is, excuse my French, a bastard to deal with, I like the way I am. It gets me places. I like being hyper focused. I like being energetic. I like the fact that sometimes I can't sleep, because sometimes I need to work. Sometimes I need to focus. And I like that. I like the fact that I am driven and hardworking to that point, and disciplined, and ADHD has a lot to do with it. But again, it's a double-edged sword, because at certain times I go through stages of sleeping 3 hours a night. And obviously for someone who's health conscious, that's not good. So last night, for instance, I went to bed at 3 in the morning because I was up working, making sure my clients knew exactly what they were doing, making sure all their plans are updated and everything in between. So I managed to get about 5 hours sleep. So it wasn't too bad. But still not healthy. I don't switch off. And that's the problem. That's the worst thing. I don't switch off. But again, for me, that's the best thing for a business.
And you always been this way, Stephan? You always had this personality?
Yes, I've always been this way, but more recently I have noticed it a lot more. I'm a lot more prone, because again, I'm hyper focused on this one thing. Usually my focus shifts from X, Y, Z. So I don't focus on too much. That's the problem with ADHD. So you start thinking about one thing, then something else comes up, you focus on that, you forget about that, and then you focus on something else, and this. And that's the problem with ADHD. You cannot focus on anything. Another problem is I'm very anxiety driven. So for me, I need anxiety in my life to a certain degree to power me through. So I need deadlines. I need to have somewhere to go. And again, that's not healthy. But again, to a certain degree, it is, because at least I'm getting tasks done. At least I'm going somewhere. At least I'm pushing myself somewhere. But relying on anxiety to do that is not healthy.
I see. At least you are conscious about it and you are aware of it. I think that's the good part. You know, you're doing your job, you're following your intuition. At the same time, you are aware of things that are happening. And I'm sure, you know, in certain time you're gonna kind of slow down and you're gonna find your own way to adjust yourself, your business, and your personal life as well.
Yeah.
Next question. Let's do it. Oops, let me just. Yes. All right. Next question is what is one thing that you won and how did you win it? Something special.
So for me, I used to do bodybuilding, and again, for me, it was a big thing to win. Obviously, first place in. Well, I was actually quite good at one point, to be honest. Yeah, I came third in British finals at one point. It was great, but for me, it was worth it, and it was great because again, I'm not genetically gifted for the bodybuilding. So for me, it took more so than most people to get to that point. I had to work harder. I have to diet harder. I had to outwork a lot of these guys that potential. Well, they had better genetics. They had smaller waists, bigger muscle bellies, X, Y, and Z. But for me, I knew that if I put the effort in, if I dieted harder, and I came in absolutely shredded to the bone, as in lowest body fat, as much muscle as I can possibly do, dieted harder. I was doing 2 hours of cardio every day, as well as 2 hours of a gym session every day. I was eating 8 meals a day.
Wow.
I was so starving at that point. I was counting the minutes until my next meal because I couldn't wait, because I was so hungry. And I knew if I ate it too early, that means my next meal is I have to wait longer. I have to wait another 10 minutes. So I had to down 12 liters of water at one point to water load for a certain amount of days. I was so bad. I was going to the toilet every 20 minutes.
Oh.
This is all, and it's to a certain degree, it's not healthy, but I knew that's what I needed to do to beat these guys because they were better than me, because they had better genetics, they had better muscle, they were built for this, that, the other. I wasn't. So for me, winning those competitions and beating guys like that, that was, well, it was kind of gave me an incentive to be like, right, I can outwork a lot of people. There's 1,000 people, there's 10,000, a million people with the same dream as you. But what makes a difference is what you do with that, what you do with that information, right? What have you got control over? Control the uncontrollable, right? I can work harder. I can stay up later. I can do 2 hours of cardio a day until my feet bled. And I was a young guy and I was still disciplined at that point. And again, I took that. And a lot of people don't have that. A lot of people don't have that hyper focus or have this kind. This is why I love and hate my ADHD, because I was so focused on it that I didn't let anything stop me. Nothing. It was my birthday. It was my anniversary with my missus. I didn't steer away from my diet. Everyone was having my cake but me.
Wow.
I snapped the ligaments off my board 3 weeks away from a competition in my ankle. I trained legs the same day because I had a leg day. I wrapped it up in sellotape and I adjusted the exercises because I didn't want to miss a workout.
Wow. Oh my God. You are very focused. My goodness. I can feel, my goodness, I'm going to feel guilty now if I miss something that I have planned.
No, these days I'm a lot more relaxed, more to life in it. But again, these are the things that make me me. Make me realize that I have got that potential.
Amazing. 2 questions left. Let's do it. Before the next question, tell me, when you think about Russia, yeah, what's the best memory that comes to your mind about your childhood back in Russia? Do you have any memories?
Yeah, I've got a lot of memories. I've still got family there, and most of the family have died, unfortunately. In fact, one of my dad, although I didn't speak to him, another thing that happened during the competition, he died 2 weeks away from my competition. He was in Russia at the time, and yeah, again, I wasn't very close to him. He was a bit of an ass, to be honest with you, to the point of I'm not going to get into it, but yeah, basically physically abused my mom during my time with him in Russia. So I wasn't very close to him, to be honest. Yeah, so it didn't affect me that much. But I do have family still living there. My grandma lives there, and I speak to her all the time. And the memories I have, the best memories I have is memories with her. And
Oh,
she's the person that I look up to the most because she's one of the most nice, well, she is the nicest person you know. And I try and obviously take up after her because, again, she is an inspiration and I do what I can to obviously help her. Even to this day, I send her money every month to try and help her out because unfortunately Russia is not the best place right now, and it wasn't back then and it's not now. It's not getting any better. She survives on £250 a month. That's all
wow.
she gets for a pension. All she
Wow.
gets. Her rent, I think, is 200. She survives on £50 if it wasn't to me, if it wasn't up to other people in my family. So,
Wow.
and yeah, it's a bit of a terrible time for them, but she doesn't want to move because she doesn't want to change her life. And she
That's,
doesn't speak the language, so she's staying put at the time. But yeah, the best memories are with my family, my grandma and granddad. And that's why
oh,
tattoos are about her. So all these tattoos I've got on this arm are stories, old old Russian stories that she used to tell me as a kid.
that's sweet. Oh, that's sweet. What's her name? Your grandmother?
Belina,
Delina.
yeah, Ogalia,
Delina Ogalia.
yeah.
Hope you enjoy. I hope you watch the interview, even if you don't speak English. But hopefully, this good vibe get to you somehow, and her eyes gonna shine. Just you saying these good things about her. I think
Yeah.
grandparents, they always the connection with us, grandparents. It's such a beautiful bond that is, you know what I mean?
Pure
Yeah,
love, pure
it's
love.
pure love.
They don't
Absolutely,
they don't have to love you. They're not theoretically they didn't raise you, but it's
absolutely.
just nothing but conditional love.
Absolutely. Okay, next question is, if you could sit down with your 13 years old self, what would you say?
Focus on what you want to do. Really, don't let other people distract you from what you want to do. Have a sit down, have a think, focus on, right, what do you want to achieve in life? Where do you want to be in 20 years' time, 30 years' time? Don't focus on the now and having a good time, focus on the future and
Mhm.
what you want to achieve, because a lot of people, we're very short term thinking. We can't focus on anything anymore long term, and it's how we grow up. It's we have everything handed to us. We get our food straight away. We get Amazon straight away. You get gratifications from Instagram and Tinder and things like that straight away. We get this. We want, we get. And this is the shift that I've noticed quite recently in the past 20 years. Back in 20 years ago, you couldn't call someone and ask them about your day. You have to visit them. You did. We are so involved in other people's lives that we cannot focus on our own life. We know everything about everyone that we cannot seem to focus on our own lives anymore. So for me, best advice is focus on your own life, focus on being the best version of you, focus on your own future, and don't let other things distract you, not partners, not friends, not family. Focus on, think about what you want to do and chase that. It could be whatever it was back then, it could be different to what it is now. But my 13-year-old self, at least have a sit down and think about it.
Define Stefan in one word when he was 13 years old, and Stefan, one word right now at the moment. Which word would be?
If gullible, 13 years old, easily led. Again, as a kid, man, that's a good idea. Let's do it. Again, ADHD at the time. Didn't know how to control it. Yeah. Oh yeah, should we go drink in the park? Yeah, let's do it. Great idea. Jump off a bridge. Sweet, let's do it.
And now?
And now, aware.
Good one. Good one. Very aware. After everything you told me about your discipline, you're very aware for sure. Ready for the last question? Let's do it. Last question. But before the last question, people watch the interview right now. if they want to join you for, for a session, for a program, for anything that they would like to work with you, what's something unique or different that they cannot find any other, coaching people that they do the same job as you? Tell me something unique about your programs or about your job.
Yeah, so difference is that I do care. I do care. This is not a short term. I care about every single one of my clients. I get a buzz of them achieving stuff. I get an absolute buzz of you achieving your goal and seeing you transform and become a better person. Because I know the potential you've got. You don't know the potential you've got. This is not just a short term way to make money, X, Y, Z. No. For me, I love it. It's helped me in the past. I've helped so many people change their entire lives, go through dark places and come out the other side better, more aware, more confident, more disciplined, and ready to tackle whatever life throws at them. Mm-hmm. So what I do is I don't just teach you to become physically fit, mentally as well, because I want you to recognize your own potential, because people have a ton of potential. I always say this, people don't know the potential they have. If you wanted to go to the moon in 12 months' time and you really want to go to the moon, if that's your life goal to go to the moon, you can get to the moon. If you'd make the right choices, you would spend the night thinking about it, worrying about what do I need to do, researching it, emailing the right people, doing the right courses, getting yourself into shape. People don't know the potential they have. And I do, and I love to see that potential unfold. I absolutely get a buzz off it. So every time we get a win, so today we had a weigh-in day. So a lot of my clients, so we have weight check, fantastic. And these clients are amazing. One of the guys, he started working with me 4 weeks ago. He's lost 21 pounds so far, 4 weeks ago. He's never had anyone believe in him. He's came to me at 28 stone, so he needed it. For him, obviously, even simply walking would have done it. But he put his trust in me to help him achieve this one goal. And I can tell during the consultation, during the talk we had, that he was unconfident. He couldn't look me in the eye. He wasn't sure. But he put his trust in me, and in 4 weeks' time, he's 20 pounds lighter. And that's just the start. And I told him, I couldn't be proud of you, man. You achieved this. It wasn't me. I point people in the right direction. I don't take credit for their work. That's why I don't post transformations. I've got a ton of transformations. I've got people losing 20 pounds in 4 weeks. I've got another girl. I've got a guy who's been a gym manager for 12 years. He came to me for help. He's now in the best shape of his life. He actually looks like a gym manager. He's lost 2.5 stone in 10 weeks. He's going to a wedding in a week and a half. He's going to be the star of the show, not the bride. Sack the bride off. People are going to look at him. And that's what I want. I want him to get that confidence. I want him to feel, yeah, I've achieved this. This is my hard work. And that's why I don't post my client transformations. Because again, this is not my transformation. This is your transformation. You own it. Only if you share it first and you are proud enough to share it, then am I right to share it? But I'm not going to parade you around like a show horse. I'm not going to be there to be like, oh, look at what I did. Nah, this is not me. This is your hard work. You own that shit. You own your hard work and discipline that you've put in. And that's the difference. I don't care for to be honest, I don't care for social media. I don't care about, I'm a private guy. I'm a very private guy. But I know my clients are as well. And it's when they get that confidence to be like, mate, I've achieved something, and they get that kind of sense of achievement. Yeah, it's fantastic. Love it.
Amazing. Last question is, what is your idea of a perfect friendship?
Perfect friendship. Being able to laugh and be silly and be honest with each other. Talk about struggles, talk about fears, talk about things that are happening that are very uncomfortable to talk about. A lot of people these days, especially guys, are uncomfortable talking about a lot of things, which is why I only primarily work with guys. I only primarily work with guys because I know guys and I work with guys. I know the struggles that guy goes through. And I know what kind of pain and suffering guys go through on a daily basis, and they don't talk about it. We don't have people to share these kinds of struggle with. We don't have people to talk to when times are tough. And which is why primarily I work with just men, because I know what guys go through, and guys can talk to me and I will rip it out of you. If you something's up, I will know about it and we will deal with it together. You don't have to struggle alone. And that's why, again, I've had 4 people I know personally, friends with, kill themselves because they couldn't see a way out. And unfortunately, these are the things that people don't talk about. Guys killing themselves at 70, 80%. All suicides are 70, 80% guys. It's a pandemic. It's an issue.
Yeah.
And people aren't dealing with it. People aren't talking about it. And the reason being is guy has to be strong. Guy has to be, and yeah, we do. We do have to be strong, but you don't have to keep it in and be strong. You deal with it. You don't push it to the side and push it under and deal with it in silence. No, let's find a logical solution together, step by step. Let's deal with it. Let's become stronger. Every moment of suffering in your life is a learning experience. Every time you've suffered in the past, whether it be financial, whether it be relationship, whether it be a death in the family, it made you stronger. And I'm there to remind guys that although you're struggling, although you're at a low right now, you're going to come out of the other side stronger, more prepared to deal with things every single time. If you were happy all the time, you'd never change. We're here to struggle. So start owning that. The moment you realize that you are here to struggle and learn from what we're struggling through, and learn that we are a lot harder to kill than people realize. That's when you kind of realize you are worth a lot more. They can deal with a lot more. You have 100% success rate with anything, everything life has thrown before you. So this moment in your life, that's just another thing. That's just another thing to deal with, and you will get through it.
Good one. Listen to Stephan. He knows what he's talking about. Right. It's not the end yet. Let's play now the word association game, okay? I'm going to give away some words. Just one word that comes to your mind. Quick thinking, okay? So, I hope you are enjoying the interview. Before we do the word association game, don't forget to give a like. Don't forget to share this video. And also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Just click on the button right there. Thank you so much and enjoy the word association game. Okay. Let's start with money.
Struggle.
Family.
Struggle.
One word for love.
Love. Oh God, love. Uneasy.
Life.
Short.
One word for sex.
Enjoyable.
Politics.
Corrupt.
Religion.
Corrupt to a certain degree.
Okay. Fear.
Fight.
Friendship.
Being there.
Desire.
Passion.
Regret.
Loss.
Success.
Target.
Wish.
What was that?
Wish.
Time.
Happiness.
Fake.
One word for England.
England. Oh, storm.
One word for Russia.
Big storm.
One word for fitness.
Passion.
And the last one now, coaching. One word.
What's that?
Coaching. Coach. One word.
Coaching. Friend.
Right. Let's pretend now I'm going to meet your missus for a coffee and I'm going to ask her, tell me the most beautiful thing about Stephan and tell me something that he still needs to work on, to improve on. What should say?
If I was to ask who?
Your missus, your partner.
Oh, that I'm focused. One thing I need to be focused on, work on more, talking about things.
Interesting, very interesting. What's your star sign, Stephan?
Scorpio.
Oh my God, I'm Scorpio as well. Which day?
26th of October.
My God, the day of my godson. My goodness, it's amazing. Now I understand why comes from this determination, this, you know, Scorpio, they are very determined. They're very, you know, they live the moment. They go for it. They never give up. Makes sense. That makes sense. Right, before, so let's play now. Stephan and the Magic Box, and you can ask me a question. Hey, Stephan, you can ask me a question now.
Okay. So, William, what is the one thing you love about your job? What you do on a daily basis? What do you do? So, what is the one thing that you look forward to doing?
Like to on my personal life, you mean?
Personal life, yeah, personal work. What is the one thing you look forward to doing on a daily basis?
Okay, it's the answer comes straight away to my mind. Something that I wake up every single day is I would love and I will one day work full time in the Magic Box. It's something that I will be able to connect with so many people. I have other projects on that I would like to implement in the Magic Box, and I can't wait to be. I already spend all my energy like on the Magic Box and the show, but I can't wait to be able to, you know, to put all the projects together as well, and, you know, live 24 hours for the Magic Box. I think that's my goal in life. That's my goal, to get more people to you know, spread more around the show and to let more people connect with other people around the world as well. So that's my biggest goal, and I can't wait to get there. Can't wait.
And a follow-up question, why do you love it? So why do you love doing what you're doing?
Yes, absolutely, because I believe it's something about myself. I strongly believe that everyone in the world, all of us, we have something like a gift, or there's something about ourselves. And since I started doing the Magic Box, it's something, Stephan, that I can do 24 hours non-stop, because I have no idea the passion about it. You have no idea how much I love that. I think it's about express myself. It's about people who knows me very well. They go like, my goodness, when I see you talking to, you know, to people on the show, I feel like you are by my side, talking by my side, because it's so you, like, connect with people. And I forget that I'm recording. I just remember when I see the sign here, because for me, it's about expressing, connect myself with people, let people express themselves as well. It's a connect. You literally made memories right now, literally made memories.
And that's exactly why I do what I do as well, because you get to change people, you get to talk to people, you get to find out people's lives, and you get to relate and empathize with certain people, and to a certain degree, a little bit from themselves and give them a little bit back as well.
Yeah.
Help them along the way. And I do love that as well. So yeah, I can relate to it.
And I'll tell you something. I'm gonna reach 1,000 interviews on the show, less than 2 months, gonna be 1,000. And every interview I did, I've learned something new, something that I never knew before. I never know before, something new, different. You have no idea how much my knowledge, you know what I mean, I have grown. Like, talking to so many people around the world, have no idea how much I've learned. And, you know, so every interview, it doesn't finish when I hang up. It still carry on in my mind, you know. As again, when I connect with people, that's it. You know, we meant to have this moment right now. So I think that's what I believe. So yeah, it's the same passion. I can see you talking about your business, your life. Trust me, it's the same passion that I have about the show.
I agree. No, I agree. Definitely, I can see that. 100% can see that. And there's not many people that out there that find that passion, unfortunately.
Absolutely.
That know what they want and what they love doing, and see that makes them better, and see what they love.
Absolutely.
And wake up and do what they love to do.
And it can happen anytime. I had a lovely man from California, and he said to me, William, I think he's 50 years old, and he said, William, I found my passion at 50 years old. Until then, I didn't know, and now he's living the best of his life. Now he's doing the best, and the passion came along after a really tragic moment in his life, and he found his path, and now he's doing. When he told me that, I was like, wow, that's it. Thank you so much for the interview. It was a pleasure. Regards to your family, to your wife, and we keep in touch. It was a pleasure. Okay, Stephan. Thank you.
You as well, William. Thank you very much for having me.
Have a good night. Okay. Take care.
You too. Take
Bye
care
bye.
now.
So, did you like the show? Don't forget to give a like, to share it, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to be part of the show as well, first subscribe to our channel, and after that just go to our website www.williamandthemagicbox.com and send us a request saying why would you like to be part of the show, and I see you there. Bye bye, see you next time.